Hello and welcome to the Proving Ground Circuit Qualifier Recap. My name is Orbital and I, alongside Rude Dude, DJ, and Random Minion Caster, will be bringing you up to speed on what you might have missed here in Week 1. We'll be covering all groups that have been played thus far, so let's go ahead and get started with Group A.
100 Thieves next took game number 1 versus Team Ambition in fairly convincing fashion. But as soon as Anti got his hands on his Zed, it was a different story, invading the jungle from level 1, forcing Fnatic all the way back to have a really rough start, and this snowballed all the way through with a first blood and some team fights in the mid game. Team Ambition leveled up the scores 1-1. But not before 100 Thieves next were able to show their class, their caliber that their organisation brings, and take the series home 2-1. Radiance and No Team, we had a stomp on either side. Griffin on the Hecarim, Crimson on a Tryndamere, which took us to a game 3, which saw Radiance a little worse for wear after a questionable level 1 misstep. From there on in, it was all No Team taking fight after fight, kill after kill, and Scooped on his Caitlyn was able to carry the team to success.
The first series in Group B saw Golden Guardians Academy taking on University of California, Irvine. Golden Guardians were shell-shocked by a recurring cinnamon allergy in game number 1 that resulted in a vexing defeat. The pressure of the loss was no match for the cool heads and hands of Ryoma and Stixxay, however, as they led Golden Guardians to comeback victories in Game 2 and 3 for a narrow series win over their collegiate foes. The other half of Group B found Wildcard dueling it out with Bay State College Maroon. Last year's kings of the amateur circuit had their hiccups in both Games 1 and 2, but the diamond hands of their veterans Griffin and Alorum pulled out enough killer tricks to earn their team a 2-0 victory.
That means it's up to Benjani to engage on this one, but it's the responding engagement from Wildcard Gaming that is huge for them. It's going to be a flash over by Benjani to Strompus to get over that Emperor's Divide, and now the fight has been split. It's Rain trying to defend himself and trying to take the aggression away from Serenok.
Immortals AoE versus Winthrop University. All the analysts and casters predicted a simple win for IMT AoE, but Winthrop University had other plans. Avano in the mid lane took over the series, starting with the first kill of the game onto Shochi solo. But Immortals wouldn't be Immortals if they died that easily, and they fired back in game 2 with Anime Girl and Meech leading the charge, punishing all of Winthrop University, diving them repeatedly. In game 3, things were close, 14 kills apiece at that fateful Baron that could have given IMT AoE a win. Kenji comes in with an incredible steal to deny that, secure the Baron, and bring Winthrop on to the next stage. Dare Gaming versus Supernova. Theoretically, the closest match of Group C. Supernova came out the gate swinging with better macro and rotations, but Dare Gaming wasn't having any of it. They believe in one thing and one thing only, and that is team fighting, finding the one fight they need to turn and end the game. Game 2 had them brawling early and finding a quick lead, but they couldn't quite close the game out. Instead, they had to force Baron over and over again. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. But for Dare Gaming, it wasn't insanity, it was discipline. And eventually they found the catch, which won them the game.
As the opening series of Group D, Evil Genius's Prodigies were slated as favorites to take the series over Taco Gaming. However, things did not go as expected. Game 1 saw Taco Gaming look fairly strong, taking a cheeky victory over EGP thanks to some backdoor shenanigans. EGP fired back in Game 2 with some exceptional zoning quirky packages, as well as an all-star performance from Faisal's Gangplank, who remained unkillable to the very end. However, Taco Gaming completed the upset, where in Game 3, Trickster proved too strong and galloped his way to a Game 3 win. Maryville University took what many would say is a clean series over Dinka Never Homeless Again. Evan RL was allowed to shine in game number 1, firing away from the backline and racking up an impressive 12-1-9 scoreline. Game 2, Get Back in Odd Orange made the game look easy, as both were unkillable throughout the 20 minutes of game. Maryville's impressive play has forced Stinkin Never Homeless again into the lower bracket to face off against Evil Genius's Prodigies for the final seed of the group. And with that, you're all caught up on week number 1. Of course, there's even more matches to be played, so make sure to tune in on Twitch through Unified Live as well as the LCS Academy stream. My name is Orbital, and once again, thank you so much for tuning in to the Proving Grounds Circuit Qualifier recap.